I wasn't expecting to stream tonight, but yeah, I was like, oh, might as well just stream. We're we are experimenting with um with some funky physics-based rotation aiming system. I don't know how loud this sound will be. I'll lower the sound a little bit. You can see I have a lot of stuff open in the background. I'll lower the sound a bit because I do know it's quite loud versus my own sound. Because if I fire this thing, there we go. On my end it's fine, but on the other end it gets a bit crazy. Uh, we haven't. This is a video game. I'm coding a video game for a project. That's cool. And yeah, it's spinning. Essentially, the concept is well, it's a tactical top-down shooter. So you would be aiming towards a direction, but the thing is, your mouse is not exactly where you're aiming at. The place you're aiming at is actually the little pink line, because the character has some, rotation speed, rotation time, and that ends up being, well, imprecision when you aim, right? So if I'm aiming over here and I shoot, shooting recoil is literally just moving the mouse. So if I move the mouse, you'll see my little aiming reticle moves a bit because, well, the mouse moved. Hello, Ginger. I was not expecting you. No, super surprise rate. Yeah. So the mouse moves a bit, which makes it so the place you're aiming. Essentially, it's trying to look at the yellow dot, right? Well, it's trying to look at a red dot, but the yellow dot is a representation that's closer. Um, yes, you got me good. It's trying to look at the yellow dot. So just moving slightly the mouse will make it so it's trying to look at a different place, which also nudges the actual aiming line, which does essentially impact some recoil. So if we're shooting like single shots, the recoil is pretty negligible, right? You don't really notice it that much. But if you're shooting fast, it's a little bit harder. Right, let's put some crazy recoil on it. This is my pistol recoil at the moment. Actually, I can just make a new recoil object. We'll do, I don't know, sniper? Sniper recoil moment. And sniper recoil will be like, I don't know, like 30 over here, and then you go up like 50 pixels. Oh yeah, it's the prototype moment. I still haven't just made a thing to kill them when they're too far away or their lifetime's too high. Uh, let's do an interesting curve with the recoil. We can do 30 and then minus 30 at the moment. All right, so that's this thing. Get the gun, put the recoil on it. It's kind of a clusterfuck everywhere. We're trying to just put some. Where's my sniper recoil? Where is the recoil? Where's my recoil manager? Ah, there it is. All right. Yeah, so now. Oh, there we go. Giga spread. There's some randomness to it. So if you look at the recoil, sniper recoil over here, there's a recoil randomness value from 0 to 1. It's essentially a percentage, and it maps to this function. This is the function I have on the pistol, so it doesn't really mean anything with the sniper, but essentially it means that if you roll 0 out of 1, right, you roll a float between 0 and 1. If you roll 0, you essentially have no modifier on the recoil itself, but you can get something like a scaling factor, right? So 0.7 over here, you would scale 0.7. You would scale like 10% higher on the vector. So that's a little bit of randomness that comes in. So it would alternate between the going right or going left. Or I can also just randomize which vector it's taking in the list. So yeah, so now you could technically go right twice. Although it's kind of hard to tell because at the moment it can go backwards. Let me just kill this line. Just do this. No randomness except there's a chance to fuck it up, right? Okay. Just do this. Edit the key, put it at 1 and 1.2. So that's just random. And now there's a chance for it to be a little bit higher. Yeah, we sniping now. But the thing is, with a sniper, you would probably have a longer range for this thing. So essentially, since we have a certain, distance, this reticle is looking at, you spin faster if your mouse is closer to your character than if it's farther. So you have more control if you're essentially aiming like at a distance, and if you right click, you can get the vision from the center of where your sight is set as. Yeah, the line of the length of the purple line at the moment is just a representation of how much, like how far you're supposed to look at with this thing. So you would be precise up to this point essentially because that's where you get the most benefit from looking away, right? If you're in the middle, you spin faster than if you're at the tip of that purple vector or pink vector, which means that if you have something like a really long range, let me look at my my max range over here. Let's put it here. The components are everywhere. Don't worry about it. Now the vector goes farther. So if you're trying to look closer to you, it's going to be harder because your sight is actually set up for this distance, and also means you can aim pretty far. And if you go to the extreme and you do something like 30, then yeah, you can you can aim off screen. And you see, like I have a lot of kind of wobble because essentially the angle is really small. We are oscillating between, I can actually see it over here. This is the percentage I'm deviating from the point, right? So if you imagine the yellow point being 0 degrees, if I'm left of it, I believe it's positive. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. It's a percentage. It's a percentage of how far I am from 180 degrees. So if I'm looking completely like the other way, it would be 1, and if I'm looking at it, it's 0, and I can scale how fast the thing rotates depending on how far I'm looking at. What the hell? Honest poster X. Very honest. Where is my... There it is. Oh, wait. That's not a ban? That's just a delete. Interesting. Give me a second. Doing a little bit of tidying up. But yeah, it does look like you're essentially wobbling a lot because you are. My bubble is insane at the moment. I need to dial it in, but it's wobbling a lot. But if you consider the fact that the target could be close, the little angle is actually like really small up close. So the spread is pretty small too. Anyway, so you can aim pretty far. Let's try and looking at this thing like I did in the video. Also, I hate the camera at the moment. It's spinning because it's like the basic Cinemax thing, and I haven't really played with the settings, and it's rotating the 2D view in 3D because it's a 3D camera by default. Yeah, let's say I'm set up at like the correct distance for this thing. I can pretty easily just aim at this thing and shoot the corner. Plop. Plop. Right. Which is kind of cool. Oh my god, I hate the rotation. Get me out. But yeah, you have the rotation. And since it's physics based, you can, you know, just, how would you say this? I can drag along stuff. I can spin. I can spin on the wall. Yeah, you can spin on the wall because essentially what we're doing is we're just setting an angular velocity to the character, and he's trying to look towards a direction, which means that I can hold myself on the wall and have less recoil, right? Which would be the equivalent of, let's say, there's a window over here, and let's say I'm not putting myself like on the window still. There's still the recoil, and it's hard to aim. But if you do hug the wall, then your recoil gets better, and then you get to get more precise shots. Yeah, the thing is, right now it's completely fucked, but it allows you to do some pretty interesting stuff, like peeking corners, because since I mean, you would need some assistance on it, but you can essentially just use the corner and hug it, and it's gonna move your line of sight. But right now it's really hard to execute because the hitbox is really precise and it's a circle with the box, right? It's garbage. But yeah, that's the thing. All right, let's hold on this thing and then we shoot. What I wanted to do tonight is first of all initiate a Git repository because this thing doesn't have a repository yet, and I would like to save my progress. That would be nice to be somewhere else than just on my computer. Having backups is nice. Apart from that, why is the email set up the wrong way? There's just some information on this thing, which is why I'm not showing it at the moment. This is fine now. All right. Oh, actually, I'll do this off screen while I name the stuff, because there's some information in this thing, which I don't really care, but still. Where is the project? I'm just making a Git repo real quick, so I can work on this thing. But the plan for tonight was making targets that can actually tell you how close you've been to the target. So essentially just aim practice, right? Like a good old aiming map. Where is the project? Where is users? Oh, there it is. Initialize with a readme, sure, fuck it. Unity, sure. Sorry, this is taking a while because I haven't actually used. I think this is right. Sharing personal info is scaring. Yeah. Hello, Eisenhonig. How you doing? Where? Okay. I believe. Let's look it up. Is this up now? My repos. Where is it? Where is my repo? Have I not published it? Oh, publish repository moment. Okay. It's not up. We have a lot of projects that are not done. There we go. A little bit of behind the scene moment. Is this up? Top down shooter? Hey. Oh, I need to add the entire thing. Oh no. Git moment. Alright, this is not game development, guys. This is the boring part of development in general. I just need to add everything. Wait, did I think I did the wrong operation. I think I created a repo inside my repo. Inside the place it's supposed to be. Oh, there we go. I just doxed myself. It's fine. Yeah, I think I created. Yeah, I created the Git Git project inside. This is highly accurate. Working at work but chilling in life. That's fine. Lurking appreciated. This is a spur of the moment stream because I don't know what to show this thing. I never get into data management. Yep. All right, just delete repo. Remove. All right, we're gonna make a new repo called. I, you know, the worst part. Uh, oh, okay. So I can add it. Yeah. No, not the fuck. I did the same mistake again. It's back. Um, yeah. What was I saying? I was talking about repos, but I don't recall what. I'm a very forgetful person. All right, just delete the repo again. File. Remove. Also move the repo to the recycle bin. Thank you. Clone repo. Get the URL. Sorry. Fuck it. Just SSH. SSH this man. Or not. And then we'll do. Please put it in my GitHub folder, please. That was the point, like the first thing I wanted to do, and then I messed it up. Let me show you what I'm actually no, that's not a good idea. Let me show you my files. Surely. Is this? Yeah, no, don't do that. I almost. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. It's been a while. Um, so this is a new computer, and I haven't set it up properly because my documents are still linked to my OneDrive, my personal OneDrive account. Oh, headset's back. Okay, that's my headset dying. But for some reason, my OneDrive is still linked by default in Windows 11 because well, I haven't used Windows 11, and well, my GitHub for my repos was set up on OneDrive. Like the folder was in OneDrive, which means every time I changed any file or I pulled something or I pushed something, it would delete or add files to OneDrive and get really annoying notifications, and that's not fun. Uh, this folder contains file. Yeah, that's the point, right? All right. Okay. Sorry, this is okay. Uh, why is this not working? Looked like there are no repositories with this thing. Did I kill this thing? Huh? Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. Oh my fucking god. Okay. I got tired. You linked your OneDrive to your entire C drive somehow. Oh, that sounds awful. But yeah, I can actually show you for a second. If you look at this thing, if I do, what the fuck, my desktop is on my OneDrive? No wonder this thing is getting completely pummeled. But yeah, like everything on here is by default on OneDrive. David, by the way. But like stuff like my documents, my pictures, are getting saved automatically to my OneDrive, which is fine, I guess. But at the same time, if you're doing dev, you have a lot of temporary files and it sucks. Anyway, so this has been like 20 minutes of file management, so we can actually just. I'm gonna transfer this thing. Can I transfer? Okay, I'm gonna show in Explorer. This thing is, yeah, this is at the right spot. Get this thing. I'm gonna have to close Unity real quick. I shot someone. Um, close Unity. Put this in the actual, where are my real documents? Thank you. Um, yeah, so I'll just do this. Well, cancel it. Why is the folder empty? Hello, darkness. We are doing file management at the moment. Um, because somehow this thing's still not working. Okay. Current repo. Hi. Oh, yeah, where is this? Huh? What is this file path? What the hell? Alright, we are into top-down shooter, top-down shooter. At least it's on the C drive. Oh, it's still in here. Can I just... Don't mind me. I might have... This is such a bad idea. Let me let me just back up this thing. Local backup moment. I don't want to delete the entire project for no reason. I'll just do a really disgusting backup because I don't know if there's like hidden Unity files that my computer's not seeing because this is a new setup and maybe my hidden folders are not set up properly. Anyway, this is a clusterfuck. Oh, also, I've restarted playing Heroes of the Storm. Been having a lot, like a bit of fun with that thing. Also, I think you can hear stuff in the background. Uh, I've been having fun with Heroes of the Storm, so that's a thing. Yeah. My CPU is dying. We're doing local backups, don't worry. Oh, backup's fun? Yes. Local backup is not. That's the Hearthstone MOBA? Yes. The Blizzard MOBA. This decision is the same source folder. Yeah, that's the point, right? Okay, I'll set it up properly. Fuck me. Okay. Remove. Also remove. Remove. Alright, you expected game development. It is me, Windows repository. What the fuck? Okay, just remove it then. Just remove it. Just get me out. Alright. Clone it. Get the URL. I love Git. This thing contains files, that's fine. Put it on GitHub. This thing. Why is it 2 files down? Just do this. Clone. Are we live? Fucking finally. Okay. What should be real game development Linux? I mean, I was having fun developing games before I had to back it up, but it's always a good idea to back your stuff up. Like, you don't want to lose everything to a freak accident. Uh, Trust me, I've lost some data, some like really critical data, like just before turn in because the backup was old, and that is not fun. I had a hard drive fail once. That was nice. All right, so yes, so let's go in here. Where the fuck? Okay, this thing. Get another one. Those are my pictures. Documents. Where is the actual? Where is it on C drive? Where is the file? There it is. So you take this thing. You can delete this now, right? Okay. Well, you cannot delete this dead thing, but you can do this. There we go. So now all of these things. There we go. And then remove this thing. Remove products from list. And then I open the GitHub documents. Oh, these are the wrong documents. This is my OneDrive documents, which you might see why it's confusing and why I did the mistake. But now, documents, GitHub, top-down shooter, open. We should have the exact same project, right? Yeah, boy. All right. Physics-based aiming. See if it boots first. Nice crispy -5 Celsius. Yeah, we had snow 2 days ago. Incredible. I woke up late. I got woken up by my manager saying, "Yeah, you're supposed to come in." I'm like, "Oh, I was supposed to come in. I was looking in the wrong schedule." Well, it turns out I was looking at the old schedule that had updated since, and well, I was starting earlier than expected. So I get a call from my manager. I was like, "You're supposed to be in." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm coming, I guess." And he says, "Yeah, I hope you have winter tires because it's snowing outside." And I'm like, "Oh." I thought it was messing with me at first. I look outside and yeah, it is in fact snowing. Your schedule wasn't on backup? No, it was the. I was looking at the schedule on the Facebook group that tells me this is your schedule for the week, but I was supposed to look on the schedule that says the schedule that was in a specific lost messenger group that I haven't looked at in a while. And yeah, that was a problem. Anyway, the project opens, commit to main, pushing straight to main, no branch moment, but that's fine because that's pretty much the current setup. So yeah, okay. For people that were not there, we're looking at file management for a while. This is the project for now. We have a little character. He's shooting projectiles. It's very loud. Yep. So shooting projectiles, and then the aiming is based on rotation speed towards the cursor. So if you're closer towards the cursor, you'll rotate less, and if you're farther, you're gonna rotate faster, which means that you essentially overshoot the angle you're looking at, which means that you have natural recoil. That's the recoil in this game is essentially just moving the cursor. Yay, it went left. So you move the cursor, which just makes it so the angle you're looking at just changes a little bit. Reverse gravity spinning. Oh, usually close. Uh, I guess. I mean, it just make it so you're spinning faster to look at closer targets. Like essentially, if you're aiming farther, you're trying to essentially have a precise target in that direction. But if you want a precise target close by, you don't need that much precision, so you just move faster, which means that you can look far and shoot, and you have a little bit of recoil coming in, and you're just moving. And then you can go do some stupid stuff like going in here, increasing the max range of this thing to like 25, and then yes, you're looking pretty far, you're off screening, and then Oh yeah, and you see, since it's not a lot of, it's not a big angle that I'm moving. Like realistically, close by to my character, it's like maybe 1 degree left and right. But the thing is, at a distance, it's starting to add up, right? But I can still shoot precisely because it's always going directly where the pink line is, which means that if I shoot while it's directly above where I'm aiming, right, I would shoot exactly where I was aiming, right? So I can time it if I want. If I don't want to wait for the aim to settle, I can still time it, which is why I want to set up a target at the moment. I want to see how it fares against... oh, I zoomed in. How it fares against moving targets, because right now I'm just aiming at the wall. Also, you were talking about spinning, and we can do that. Yes. Yes, since it's physics based and it's rotation based, if you, let's say I would get shot by a projectile with a significant mass and like significant speed, it would spin me around, right? I get hit on my right shoulder, my aim would automatically move towards the right because I'm getting staggered. So we have physics on that part too, and the character can also get knocked back. So it doesn't really happen at the moment, but let's say you get exploded. There's an explosion near you, you'll get knocked back, and that also moves everything with a movement. If there's some wind, you might actually wind would work. That's kind of cool. I'm just thinking about that. There's just stuff flying off the cuff, but you could set up stuff like wind in a certain direction where the character gets dragged a bit towards certain stuff, so it's harder to aim towards stuff, and you have to essentially move your mouse to compensate. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff to be said about having physics-based aiming, but what I want to do right now is something different, which is I want a target that moves with overtime. Right. This thing can be static. It could also be physics-based. I'm gonna need a collider anyway. Let's remove this thing. Oh, also one thing I wanted to do right now. My targeting script is completely disgusting. It takes in like 50 different parameters and has really ugly stuff. I wanted to make it more generalized so I can actually use it for other stuff. Not to delay your goals here, but does the spinning have any damping, or is that the rate of following the cursor defined? It actually has damping. The thing is, if we look over here, we have a curve. Essentially, depending on how far away in rotation you are. So if you're looking straight at the target, you can look at the differential over here. That is a percentage of how far away you can possibly be from the target you're looking at. So let's say I'm like looking 90-degree right. I'm actually at 50% of the way towards the target. And if I'm looking completely opposite, I'm at 100%. And that means that with this variable, I can actually affect how much I'm rotating with a curve. So that's have a good night, Ginger. Yeah, it's getting quite late. Take care. But yeah, I can dampen this thing. I need to play with it a bit because right now the bobbing is insane. It's not really viable, but I mean, it's still aimable. But like if you're spinning fast, it takes a bit too much time, like to my liking, to actually stop aiming. Also, the game is pretty loud. The sound is pretty loud. I should probably just lower the sound of this thing. Where is it? It's in the player gun. The gun has an audio source, and it's already at 20%. Yes, I did blow my ears out when that thing happened for the first time. Oh no. There we go, that's better. But yeah, so essentially you can manage how fast it is. There's also drag when you're spinning, which I need to find a better way to do because drag also affects well, rotation if you get hit on the side like I was talking about. So I'll have to check into it. What I want to do is a target, right? So if we just create, let's create a little square, which is actually a rectangle now. So we have a rectangle, and this will be the target. Oh wait, I needed to simplify my script first. Well, oh actually, we can do the fun part first, which is essentially just move the target. Well, fun is relative. I'm gonna put this thing on my other monitor, get the ID here real quick, and essentially we'll have a list. Oh, where is this thing? Oh, it's the wrong. Oh, I have the wrong project open because, yeah, that makes sense. Yes, I want to exit. Thank you. Give me a sec. Trust and open. Yes, it's technically a new project. It's just a different location on my computer. Does this thing work? I hope the project is set up correctly. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. What is this? That's concerning. Okay. We'll look into it later. Also, it's processing the file to give me actual good highlighting. That's fine. But yeah, this is the scary part. Oh, I'm leaking all my code. Yeah. So I wanted, yeah, I want to make a target move. That shouldn't be too hard. Let's make a new script. Give me a sec. Which is path mover. I don't know. We'll have really disgusting names for now. My path mover will require a type of rigid body 2D. The reason I'm doing this is this makes it so Unity has to create a rigid body 2D on the object when I'm adding this script to it, because I'm going to use a rigid body 2D from the object itself, and if it doesn't have it, it's going to crash, or at least it's going to error me. So in the awake method over here, so when you start doing processing on the object, you enable it, you also awake it. Actually, I think enable is also a thing. On enable, but awake is the original game tick. On the original game tick, I want to get the rigid body that is on the target itself. So we're going to do a rigid body 2D, and this is going to be my rigid body. I don't like how it's trying to autocomplete my stuff with. Oh, actually, this is fine. So rigid body like this is fine. And then I can make it so this rigid body is actually equal to get components and rigid body 2D. So for people unaware of how Unity works, if you look at, I'm trying to pull up Unity right now, but it's loading. All right. If you look at an object, let's say the play over here, it has components, right? The base component is a transform, it's just your position. So every object has a transform, but you can also add components to it. Add component over here, and those are essentially little pieces of codes that run on the object. So every frame, every single one of those different components is getting executed, or at least the code can be fetched, right? It's extra data on the object. Let's say this rigid body over here. If I get component rigid body on my object, is going to get the stats from the rigid body over here. So that's what that does. Writer detects naming conventions in open solutions to update setting accordingly. Okay, I guess. Thank you for the help, I guess. But yeah, so we have the rigid body. We want to move the stuff. Also, I'm going to need a list. This one will be public because I want to access it from the editor. So we're going to have a public list of vector 2s. Do I want vector 2s or vector 3s? Do I want to move them in 3D or 2D? We'll do vector 2 for now. It's easier to have vector 2. Oh, is it? Actually, vector 3 is easier because we're moving transforms. So those are targets. Yes. Wait. There's a better way to do this. I'm actually going to make a list of transforms. Or actually, I could make a list of... There's a lot of ways to do this. I can make a list of colliders, and then once I collide with one of the points, I will move towards another point. Right. So I'll make a list of collider. I'll make a list of colliders, and then I want to move towards a collider until I hit the collider, and then I want to move towards the next collider. So I'll need a current target. So the current target is which collider I'm looking towards, right? So the list contains different colliders, and it's kind of, okay, we'll do some just basic data structure stuff, because I have no idea what the level of people watching is. I'm just going to make a little introduction to lists. List essentially has a bunch of, this is disgusting, but it has a bunch of little data points. Essentially, they're all containing objects, right? It's either null, which means that there's nothing here, or it has an object of the size of the collider 2D that you're looking at, which means that if you're looking at the colliders at 0, you're looking at the first collider in the list, or you're looking at the second with collider 1, collider 2. It's a 0 index based. So this would be index 0, and this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be index 7. So let's say I have 7 colliders, and I want to move towards the 5th one. Right, the 5th one would be actually this one, which is index 4. Don't worry about it. You want to move towards this one, then you would fetch the colliders at index 4. And then you could get the information like where it's at and what it's doing and what's its size and its position and stuff like that. So I want the current target, which is an integer just being a regular number, right? And you can access the list at integer values, and the integer values are this one. So if I access colliders, let's say I do some stuff stupid. Okay, I do colliders at 1 or at 2. I said 1 and I type 2. If you do colliders at 2 equals something, I can literally just make a new collider. It doesn't matter, but you can make colliders at some place. You access the data of what's over here, right? So colliders will be populated with different colliders that are the path I need to take, and the current target will be which collider I'm looking towards. So every update, well, actually I'll do it fixed update. So every fixed update, I will set up, I will look towards the collider. I want to look towards the collider. I want to make a vector towards the collider. So I have, I already know how to do this, but I'll just show you how I'll do it. You have the point. So this is the point you want to look at. This is the point you want to go to, and this is my little target. And I want to move towards this thing, right? I want to make a big arrow over here. If you look in the coordinate system, let's say you have your axes over here, and let's say this is 0, 0. You have axes over here, and this is like an arbitrary place like 10, and this is an arbitrary place like 10. I don't care. If you want to know the direction, you can actually make just this area, like this position minus this position, is going to give you this vector. So if in the fixed update I do colliders, actually, okay, I'll do colliders at current target being the one I'm currently looking towards, or I want to go towards, minus, actually I'll look at a transform position. Also, I pressed the wrong key. So I take the position of the current target by looking at its transform, and I subtract my current transformed position. This makes a vector. So this is my look vector. Look vector. So I look towards this thing. Actually, I'll inspire myself from the player aimer over here. So I have the same kind of thing over here, which is the targeting vector, which should probably be a better name. We have the targeting vector over here, and then you can look at the rotation, the look rotation of it, which is in our case, how do I explain quaternions? Quaternions are rotations. So you want to look towards the targeting vector. You want to. There are a way to separate the rotation from the actual vector, so you can reuse it later. Essentially, the way we're going to use it. So I'm going to do this thing. I'm just going to yonk the code I've already done. There we go. Third target over here, and this is the rotation I need to go towards. Quaternions? Yeah, if you want to have fun with stuff, Quaternions Wikipedia. English, please. I mean, you can read the quaternion, the spatial thing. Quaternions are, if you know about complex numbers in 2D, or well, in one dimension, and then it goes in a second, quaternions are far-dimensional objects. It just helps with rotations. It's out of scope. I'm not doing a lecture on quaternions. Even I don't understand quaternions entirely. But they're just really useful for rotation because they're faster and they have like really nice properties for rotation. You can multiply them together and you can apply them to vectors to rotate them in the direction you're looking at, and it avoids gimbal lock and everything. Yeah, they're kind of cool, but they're also I still need to look up every time I use them, like what the hell I'm doing. But I already have the code I need. So, so look rotation over here, and I'm gonna need a speed. So actually, this is gonna be an acceleration. I want the acceleration. So yes, okay. So we're gonna have a vector 3, which is my acceleration, or my instant acceleration. Let's say acceleration. And by default, it's just going to be 0, 0. The extreme quaternion streams? Oh no, don't make me do it. Instant acceleration. So, this is a quaternion. Do I even need the look rotation, actually? I don't need the look rotation. I don't even need quaternion at the moment. I just need to look towards the targeted vector. This is more optimized too. Okay, we're just gonna set the rigid body dot which is velocity. Yeah, velocity plus equal. Oh wait, that's an acceleration. I can do the same thing I did on the player movement. Yeah, I can do the same thing we did on player movement. Okay. So we'll set the velocity to the targeting vector. Normalize it so we have like a unit vector that is 1 unit of length, and then we multiply it by the instant acceleration. Wait, that's not. That's actually just, I just need the speed at that point instead of an acceleration. So that's going to be a float times the acceleration. Fuck. Cast it. Oh. Okay. Right. This rigid body's in 2D, and I was trying to pass it a 3D like a 3D vector. It doesn't like it. But yeah, we're gonna get the acceleration. So yeah. So right now it should accelerate towards the target. So let's say I have this point over here. I have this square. This is going to be my target. Oh, wrong screen. This is my target. And then I have a point in space, right? I'm going to 2D, just going to put a circle. I don't care. I'm going to put a circle over here. That is my target. The target of my target. No, this is my path. Okay, I'm just going to be. I'm going to make a path object. Put the circle in it, and this is going to be my first node. Oh, this is my. Yeah. This is just. I'll just name it 1. I don't care. It has a collider. Honestly, it doesn't really need anything. It just needs something to collide with, so it can be a circle. I don't care. So yeah, that's the first object in the path, and then we want to move towards it. So if I add the components, so what I did, by the way, the script over here, the path mover is a component. So now I can look over here and put path mover on it. Now path mover automatically added a rigid body because I told it it needed one, and then you can see over here, acceleration, I'm going to put, I don't know, 1. And my current target is going to be 0. And then for the colliders, I'm going to add the first node. Wow. So now it's going to move towards this thing, in theory. Also, collider, current target, 0. All right. Okay, so now, right now it's hard-coded to always look towards this first. But now, if you look at this thing, woohoo! It wants to go to the target. Incredible. Ta-da. Right. And move towards the target. And then we can make it so... this might be a little bit too fast. Yeah. I should probably cap the speed. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. So targeting vector dot magnitude. We'll have a max speed. So public float max speed. Let's say it's 2. I don't care. Magnitude. So if the magnitude of the targeting vector. Oh, that's not the one I'm looking at. It's velocity. It's actually dot product. Actual good usage of dot product. Okay. Dot product of velocity and targeting vector. It's vector2 dot dot. Oh, actually no. It's is it a cross product? I forget. I always forget what the hell the cross product does versus dot product. No. Just do dot product of targeting vector and it's targeting vector, which is where I'm looking at. I just want the component that's actually looking at. Wait, what? What is vector projection? Oh, right. Is there like a projection built-in function for this? No. Well, I can do it myself. So I want to project A on B. A on B. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, I want to project A on B, so I'm going to read what the hell this thing does, and I'm going to apply it. So it's the... I did know it was supposed to be a dot product, I just didn't know how to apply it. So it's targeting vector and velocity. Rigid body 2D. Velocity. Right, and then, so that's the first one. Also, this is throwing a big error because this is not a condition, and it's trying to look for a condition. Let's just do it like this for now. And then we divide this thing by vector2 dot another dot multiply between this time rigid body velocity and rigid body velocity again. And then it's not liking it because we're accessing the velocity a lot of times, but I don't need optimize. I just, I can optimize it really easy. All right, I'll do it. Current velocity, current velocity, and then we apply it on current velocity. There we go. So we have projected. Also, this is just saying assignment is not possible. But yeah, so this is the projected. I hope I haven't lost most people at this point. Yeah, but yeah, essentially what I did is I have, let's say this is my the place I want to go, and this is the place I am going. I want to see how fast I'm going towards this thing. Anyway, I don't even know if it's gonna work. If projected vector dot magnitude is smaller than max speed, then you do this. Anyway, this should cap the speed. Don't worry about the math, I guess. Count the frame rate. Oh no, we are untying from the frame rate. Do not worry. I hate capping stuff to frame. Oh, it has gravity. My target has gravity. It's going downwards on the screen. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, it's not moving anymore, so I fucked up this. Oh, what is this? Targeting. Okay, there's a simpler way to do this. I'm projecting this thing, but honestly, I don't need to do it for now. I can just do current velocity. Okay, we'll set it up like this, and I'll just put some drag on it. It's fine. And then just put some linear drag on this thing, like 0.5. This is probably just a better way to do it. It's less hungry too. That is a weird way to do it. I mean, technically it's working, but it is not working. It's bugged. What's going on? Oh, yeah. I need to clamp it. I need to clamp the acceleration and the current magnitude. What if I just... the reason I'm doing an addition over here is just setting it. Setting it would work. The thing is, I want the target to react to getting shot at, right? So I want it to be pushed by the bullets, which means that if I just set the velocity, we will lose all interactions with the physics system instantly, because in the same exact moment it gets updated in terms of like, oh, I'm getting pushed back. I just set its velocity over, and then it's just getting overwritten. And also burps. I need to set up a noise gate on this microphone. But yeah. So I want a max speed. So this is like a, it's good enough for tonight. But yeah, so it also means that right now I have a target. That doesn't collide. Does my target have? Oh, it doesn't have a collider. Box Collider 2D. Box Collider 2D, and then this thing, I actually want to make it a trigger so it doesn't collide. Right. Fuck. Okay, maybe... Sick. Maybe we want to give it a little bit of angular drag. Else this thing will spin forever. It has 0.05. It's moving back. Yes! It's working! Okay, it's a really dumb aiming system. Uh, I want to make it look at something, essentially, afterwards. Which is why I wanted to reuse the aiming, the targeting thing. So now that we have a target, I'm gonna rework the code a bit for the player aimer so I can use it on the target. So it's like a more generic version. So I can use all of this thing, all of this thing. This is still useful. This is still useful. And then all of this is useless for my purpose. So this code, thank you, it, it is working. Um, what is the tracker render? Like all of this code is like junk. It's junk that could be abstracted and put somewhere else. So this is like control stuff and moving stuff and trackers and distance trackers. All I need is the rigid body angular velocity calculations over here. Sorry, I'm scratching my eye at the moment. You can probably hear it. Nice ASMR sounds. Um, so yeah, distance tracker, position. Yeah, so this is all UI stuff. What do I need for it? So I need a tracker renderer, which is already something I get somewhere else, so I don't need it here. This is virtual camera, which is the only place I'm using it. And this is the true target, which I'm not using anywhere else. The true target line renderer, which I'm not using anywhere else. And the rigid body transformation, current rotation. The only thing I need is difference differential and the transform position. Okay, so I can take this entire thing and put it in another class. It's time for something called refactoring. All right, so we'll create a C# script called aiming gizmos. Gizmo being, let's say, this is a gizmo. Wait, this is not a good gizmo. This is a gizmo, right? Like everything you see over here, the little square over here, the circle's a gizmo, the icon's a gizmo. You can see all the gizmos over here. Gizmo is essentially just something that's useful for. This is something on the UI that's useful for noticing stuff, right? And the reason I want to call them gizmos is because essentially my aiming reticle is a gizmo. Right, so the little red dot over here is a gizmo. The the yellow dot is a gizmo, and the little pink line is also a gizmo. So we'll just separate all of those into a different different thing. So I'll open the player gizmo real quick. Aiming gizmo, there it is. And I'll in the fixed update for aiming gizmo, I'm just gonna just yonk all the code. Fixed update. That's not the right thing. So I can take this thing, just yonk it. and put it here. Right, and then everything dies, but that's fine. I can just make it require a type of player aimer, which honestly I'll just look at the physics targeter. I can probably rename it now. Well, I'll do it afterwards. But you have the player aimer, and then on awake, I can have private player aimer, and then on the awake, let's do the same kind of trick we did earlier. So we just take the player aimer equals get component of player aimer, and we are guaranteed to have a player aimer on this thing because we are requiring it. All right, so that's fine. So since we're requiring it, we have it, and then distance tracker. Okay, distance tracker is a transform. Okay, I'm also going to need that in the awake. Just getting that thing. I'm just transferring the stuff I need. Essentially, I just put in the code somewhere else. It's someone else's problem now. Literally, it is. So this is my rigid body. Rigid body. Yeah, this is the rigid body of the player. So we can look at player aimer.rigidbody. And then player aimer.maxrange, player aimer.distance differential. Essentially every place we just have it in the other file, we can put it here. Player aimer.targeting vector. Oh, interesting. Targeting vector is a on-the-fly calculation thing. I mean, I guess it's used enough, right? Targeting vector. It's the only place we use it now, but it's still something that's useful. So I'm just going to make it a private field. Private vector 3 targeting vector. Put an underscore in front of it. Targeting vector. Change the code over here, and then over here. I need a getter. Alright. It's actually a vector 3. Get targeting vector. Return targeting vector. This is like the Java style getter. I could make a C# style getter over here. I'll do it later because that's really boring code. Anyway. Now over here, instead of doing dot targeting vector, get targeting vector. There we go. You get the same data. Distance differential. There we go. Targeting vector magnitude. I can do that. Well, I have the targeting vector, so. That magnitude. Are you taught on these Java C# code techniques, or did you do schooling? It is mostly schooling and some learning. So I learned C# by myself, but I had a Java background at school. So I did something called Uh, I'm trying to translate it live in my head. Um, Science and mathematics. Oh, wait. Science, mathématiques. I did a mathematics science programming thing in CEGEP, which is college level education, and I'm currently in university doing software engineering, so it's mostly Java. I hate Java. I like C sharp though. Code like a Neanderthal. That's fine. Just learning stuff, and you. The thing with coding with bad code is that eventually you learn why it's bad code by just having to deal with it as a pain in the ass, and then, well, you learn not to do repeat the same mistakes. I would say never do your passion project first. Like never do your biggest dream first because it's gonna suck ass. Just do smaller projects until you get something like you, and you're gonna fail them all, but eventually, eventually you get some good code going. Um, yeah. Yep. I can get the inputs out and in here. Inputs. Action map. My virtual camera. I don't think I need a virtual camera at all anymore. Yep. Actually, everything that's grayed out, I can just transfer it. Cinema machine. Is that all? But he works exclusively in Java. This is grown on him. Yeah. Um, Java is. I was about to say Java is a good language. Uh, it's a good language for some applications. It's not a. It's not for everything. But oh, I need the rigid body. There we go. It's not for everything, but it has its uses, mainly in like API server stuff, like making servers and making API stuff. Yeah, I know I'm calling it twice. Player aimer dot rigid body transform position. Current rotation I need to calculate, or I can just get. Oh, quaternion. But yeah, just Java is really useful for API stuff, for like a robust system, you would say, like really well defined, kind of not monolithic, but just set in stone requirements. I would say. I mean, you can make some modulable stuff, but yeah. So, there's some. I can make current rotation like this. Vector up. Vector up. And I make a getter. Public quaternion. Get current rotation. Oh shit. Player aimer dot get current. Alright, and then max range is in fact a player aimer thing. And distance differential we haven't calculated yet, interestingly enough. And then we have the sorry, this is like refactoring moment. Never touched Java aside from OBS things. Yeah, that's pretty much me too. I wouldn't touch Java with a 10-foot bolt. I mean, I'd much rather just code C# instead, which is Java but better setup because they just copied Java. They copied the good parts of Java. It's literally a Java clone, but then they added good features on top of it because they had a clean code base to work on it, while Java is stuck with like 18 versions of legacy. Sheesh. Distance differential I can get from the player aimer again. Alright, I'm not a big fan of how everything has an underscore at the moment, but I can work on this offline. But yeah, so this is the fixed update. We just took everything that was... Yep. Virtual camera. Yep. Okay, so we took everything that was in player aimer and we put it in here, which means that now, if we go back in here, in theory, if I look at the player over here, and I play now, it's not compiling. But oh, I copied this in the wrong file. Oops. Oops, wrong file. Yeah, if I play now, the rotation still works, but the targeting is gonna be dead. Yeah, there's no targeting. I mean, there's still the cursor because that's a different script. You can see like the different targetings are not there. Although you can, now that we've set it up properly, we can make a. We can actually make a player gizmo. Wait, I can unbind it from the player. That's sick. Okay, so this is not private anymore. It's going to be public because I want to access it from outside. Oh shit. We're going to rename it this way. Right. I don't care about that. Right, so now I can access it outside, which means that the gizmos can be on the targeting over here. Targeting has the true target, the target, and the distance tracker, which are the 3 different places. It doesn't matter. But now I can add the component for. Oh yeah, there's one place I use the transform though. I'm gonna have to switch that. But I can gizmo, aiming gizmos. And now there's everything I need over here. Instead of being all on the player, where's the player rotator? Oh, player aimer was already here. Interesting. Alright, so yeah, the player aimer is here. So it's trying to move the rigid body over here, but then I can add the gizmos to itself and it can be a different object. And virtual camera is going to be my main camera. I'm just going to reset it then. The true target over here. The true target line renderer is the... Where is the true target line renderer? Oh, it is myself. True target line renderer is myself. My inputs are this one. And my distance tracker over here. So now the gizmos should be back in. There we go, gizmos are back in. But that also means that all the code I've removed that are gizmo based, I don't need running on every single object out there. Like a Yandere dev, I can just take the player aimer, which is strictly for aiming. So now, since I have this strictly for aiming thing, let me rename player aimer to just no, keep it player aimer for now. But now I can go back to my target and I can add player aimer to it. And I can pass this thing, and the target is actually going to be the point over here, and then rotation multiplier. Oh, that's a lot of stuff I need to set up every time. Interesting. That sounds like a scriptable object moment, but I can just set a straight curve for now. The min range doesn't matter. Distance multiplier, that's fine. Distance curve, don't need a curve. Distance differential, that's fine. So now he's going to try to look at it, I believe. Okay. I guess I can give it gizmos too. I'm gonna give gizmos to my I'm gonna give gizmos to my target. The true target is gonna be this true target. The target. Oh, is it just looking at the wrong target? Oh no, no, it's this target is this one. Ah, okay. I was looking at the wrong target. I fixed my problem just by looking at that. Not exactly sure what it's doing. Oh, it's trying. It's trying. Oh, there it is. There we go. It's stabilizing its angle because it's trying to look at it. I just need to make it look at somewhere that makes sense. I can just continue putting the gizmos real quick though. The distance tracker is this thing. And then, oh, okay, actually the gizmos I need to. Sorry, I'm trying to debug. Debug. I need a camera. Public. Yeah, actually, this code I should be moving out of. To like a aimer stuff. This is the player aimer. The rest is not player aiming. I want a boolean for moves camera. Actually, this won't work. We'll do if moves camera. Alright, this is disgusting, but it's gonna work. Alright. Where are my gizmos? I can set it up here. Lock this thing. I'm gonna go to target. Oh, sorry, I just scared myself by shooting. Why is it not making a line though? Oh, it's looking at the player. I'm dumb. I need to testing. Oh, fancy. I guess it does have to rotate 180 degrees. Now it's looking in the right thing, but now why is it not working? Also, my camera movement is dead. Incredible. I broke the code. That's why we back up, guys. I can revert. If I can't fix it, we'll revert. Where did it go? I think it's pushing still. Oh, it's coming back. Alright. Oh, I know why it's looking so weird. It's trying to look at the... Yeah, actually this would make more sense as a shape. There we go. It was so unstable because it was trying to look at it from like one of the edges. Hey. That's better. Gizmo's still dead, but... Oh. The gizmos were off. It's still not working, but... Why is it linked to me? Something awful is going on with the code. Wait, am I moving the target? Why is the target linked to my line of sight? This is cursed. What is going on? It's orbiting. What have I done? Yeah, I'm actually curious what the hell is going on. Oh, the gizmo's linked to me. Interesting. Oh, it's still on rigid body. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So if I do target... Oh, there it is. Oh, that makes sense now. Okay, for some reason it's pushing itself, but don't worry about it. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. It's trying to keep the minimum distance. Okay. Okay, I see. Oh, what the hell? Where is it going? Oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, because it's not the gizmo. Why is the gizmo moving it though? I have no idea what the gizmo's moving it. Well, at least it's the gizmo's working. Well, okay, it's not working because it's moving, but alright, I just set the gizmo wrong, which is also a sign that I need to simplify it because it shouldn't be that hard. So yeah, so this is target. So the target of the target is the transform. Did the trigger on the node get busted? Um, I don't think so. Distance tracker, this one. Target. Target. Oh, I think I know what's going on. This thing still has cursor, right? Oh, yeah, this thing has cursor, which is a problem. The target is supposed to be the, oh, the true target doesn't even exist. That makes sense. It makes sense, but at the same time, I don't know how to get it. There is no true target. Oh, actually, I can make it true target. Only a scuffed true target. I can just make an empty. Attempt to comprehend what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to explain what's going on in a second. I just want to see if it's what I think it is. True target is over here. So the true target is actually this thing. True target line runner is this thing. Distance tracker. I'm looking towards one. My distance tracker is this thing. Do I care about the distance tracker? Honestly, I don't. Oh, this still works. Why is the line not working now? It's so screwed. Even I don't understand what's going wrong. Uh, yeah. This thing has nothing. Targeting over here is just a player aimer plus a player aiming gizmo. I should probably just okay. We'll do a clean. We'll do a clean target. Okay. So this is the pad. We'll make a clean target. See if it fixes the bug because I'm just not seeing what's going on. Do a square, squeeze sheet. That is your target. I'm gonna need a collider 2D and a rigid body 2D. Now, there we go. Once I have that, honestly, the player aimer should be on the player, not gonna lie. And then it could have its own rigid body. That would make more sense. There's more stuff to change afterwards. But yeah, I can put it on. It should be fine. So this is my target. pieces, and then I want to add a clear inner, and then the rigid body will be yourself. The target will be the thing in the path, and then just need this. Just set the default stuff. Look at the differential. That's fine. Min range we can do 1. Max range do 5. I don't care. Distance multiplier is fine. Counterclockwise is fine. So this should now look towards the target. I forgot to remove gravity. Classic. Okay, now it's looking at it. Problem though, angular drag is too low, so just put 1. Now the problem is it doesn't stop. I want to make it move towards the target, so I can put the mover, path mover, and this thing, acceleration of 1, and max speed of 2, and current target of 0. There we go, and now it should move towards the target. It overshot. Is the target set up? Alright. Excuse me, what the fuck? Where did it go? Huh? Gotta make it look at the right spot already. Oh, right. I forgot that I have a really faulty implementation right now. I need to add linear drag for it to stop moving in a direction. I can put 1. There we go. Alright, and now it's looking towards it, and it has the correct stuff. But now I want gizmos on it. Give me gizmos. Nah, I don't need the gizmos. We'll just continue doing the pet stuff. Wow. 1 1 1 2 1 3. Nice. 2. What's this? F2? F3? What's the keybind for rename? Okay. There we go. Now we have more pets. We're gonna make them move towards the other direction. Alright. I'm making weird sounds with my mouth. Apologies. Give me a sec. Alright, we are back. Yeah, let's make them rotate between different paths. So in the path mover, we have the current target, which is right now always, well actually we could just showcase it right now. Look at the target with a path mover. I'm saying Well, first of all, at the moment there is no other collision, so I'm just gonna add this one. Sorry, I'm firing. Right, so now I have those 4 set up, and I can say, oh, instead of going to current target 1, go to target, yeah, just go over here instead. Or, oh, go to 3. Oh, we're going to 3. Wow. Go to 4. Oh, 4 doesn't exist. Right. It's 0 based. Go to 2. Go back to 0. Incredible. Alright. I'm gonna make a bool random. Make it public. Alright, so on collision, enter. So when it collides, okay, for now we're gonna do the kind of funny one. So if random so if it's random, we want the current target equals to a new random. I'm going to use Unity Engine random for a range between 0 and the colliders dot count -1 because there's multiple, because it's 0 index space, so it's going to give me a random integer between 0 and the count. So the current target is going to change every time it gets hit or it goes to a target. That's if I set it to random, right? So if I look at the path the random over here, I press this thing. I forgot to give it the new ones because I was in play mode. Clonk, clonk, clonk. 2, 3, and 4. Is it not colliding? Oh, I need a trigger. That's easily fixable. We're gonna make a, so there's a rigid body 2D. So this is a box collider. I'm also gonna add another collider. The collider is gonna be a circle collider, and we can reduce its radius for sure, like 0.1. And it is also a trigger. And then there's his, and then if we go back in the trigger thing, public collider 2D, it's going to be a trigger collider, and then oh, that should still proc the on collision actually. So now there's a thing that I can actually hit the triggers. I thought so. This is a trigger. This is a trigger. Why is the current target not changing? Am I random? It is random. Well, right now there's no trigger collider, but that's fine. Unless you're telling me the circle collider is not in the center. How big do I need to make this thing? It should be colliding with everything right now. Okay, we can check in the fixed update. We can check if the trigger collider dot get contacts yeah, so get contacts. Yeah. Trigger code. What? I already have that. The RNG just rolled 0 like 50 times in a row. Yeah, probably not. I think it's just not triggering the collision on collision enter. That might just be a physics-based collision. So I'll just do it trigger-based with get contacts. This should work. So contacts. This is supposed to be a contacts array. You pass it in here. This is like the max amount. What is this? Okay. nice syntax moment. We're gonna check up to 5 colliders, I guess. It doesn't really matter. And then you're gonna do contacts that contains my collider TD, which is the colliders at current target. So there we go. We can do this. Alright. If trigger collider if you don't have a trigger collider, just return early. I don't care about the rest. Now trigger collider get contacts, get the contacts colliders, check if something, so that's oh, my headset's back. There we go. My headset died again. So has reached destination. Oh, actually, just return. Alright, so if you're random, do this. Okay. And now we're going to need a specific trigger collider. This thing. Circle collider is a trigger. There we go. There it is. Yeah, it's going random. Sick. It still hasn't gotten the bottom one. Am I just unlucky? Or is it bugged? How many times can you fail a 25%? I think it's bugged. It's bugged. Alright. What is wrong with... Oh, right. I keep forgetting that range is inclusive. So I don't need the -1. Oops. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so if you look at the range, it says min inclusive, so 0 is included in the random, and then max exclusive, so colliders could count as not included, which is exactly what we want anyway. You called it? Wait, it might, you might actually be right. But I'll still do it like this because it's more robust. But you might be right, but I don't really want to check it. Do I want to check it? I do not want to check it because I have to change the code. Alright, so that's fine. I have a metal banging sound, by the way, that I could play. It's pretty loud. We'll wait a bit on that. Let's not do that yet. Right now it should alternate between all four. It's coming back. It's coming back. Alright, now I want to make it follow a path. So instead of being random, I want it to follow the actual path in the list it is. So if random, you do that. Else, that's not how you spell that. Else the current target is actually, so if current target equals the count, so the trigger collider dot count. What? That's not trigger collider. I mean the colliders. Also, I'll rename this thing to. Oh, it is a list of colliders though. Okay, that's fine. Colliders dot count. I'm gonna name them path colliders though. I don't need that. I know I'm gonna have to reset it afterwards, but I hate it. Path colliders dot count -1. So if you are the last one, current target equals to this. Oh, if you're lower than count, as it count -2, I'm trying to make it shorthand. Well, it's not really readable, so what's that telling us about the code? It's not. If it's not readable, it's probably shit. Actually, the opposite is better because it's more. So if you're at the count, you set it to 0. Else you set it to current target +1. Anyway, so that should alternate between all of them. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah. I did this to myself. I removed the path colliders when I changed the name. I don't want to lock it, so I'll just do it like this. Dook, dook, dook. Oh, it's still random. I was like, why is it going the wrong way? There it is. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. It just goes to the end and then it just wraps. So we can make it follow a path. It could be any path. Oh shit. There we go. So let's move. Uh. Nope. 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 Yes. I have the ultimate tracking system. It's actually pretty shit, but it's good enough. Hey. Alright, so we got targets. So now I can shoot at stuff. Okay. I have an idea. I have a shit idea, but... Well, is it shit? If it works... Um, right. So now I want to essentially give points if I'm shooting the center versus others spots on it. Oh, by the way, I can reuse... Let me just do something real quick. The Pelleto here has a bullet panzer. Yeah, I can just reuse bullet bouncer real quick. Don't worry about it. It's code reuse. It's not feature creep. It's not. It's not bad practice. It's not spaghetti. Don't worry. Um, it's totally spaghetti code, but I don't care. The only thing this thing is doing is making a sound when it gets hit. So I'm gonna put. Which one is it? Oh, I'm gonna lower the sound for the stream real quick. I think that was it. I don't know how loud that is though. It shouldn't be too much louder. Don't play on awake. I can lower the volume a bunch to like 0.2. And then once it gets hits, now it's going to make a sound. If I hit it, skill issue. Okay, it's delayed. I remember why I was using this sound. Not only is it pretty loud, It's pretty loud, but it also doesn't have the sound synced. It's delayed by like a couple milliseconds, and it's noticeable, and it's annoying me. Oh no. But yeah, that's working fine. Clonk. Oh, I missed. Yeah, moving and shooting at the same time is probably a bad idea. It also means that I can make this thing aim at me, though. So, if I look at the target right now, the player aimer is looking at the target. What? Oh, that's a rigid body. The target is looking at. Wait, actually, the target is looking at 1. Interesting. I want the target to look at me, so I'm just gonna. There we go. Now it's looking at me. It's trying to follow me around. It's pretty slow, but it's still working. And so if I shoot it now, oh, actually, let's. I can set the angular drag to like 0.5. Yeah. Oh, okay, let's. I realize why it was at 1 now. Because it's still taking a while to look towards me. But yeah, there we go. It's trying to look towards me, so I always have like a decent-ish target to look at. Oops. Yes, I make metal sounds. That's just a collision sound. Now the thing I'm wondering is why I've broken the aiming. Let's make it look at player. Yes, I have still broken the aiming somehow. Yeah, that's a problem. That's not supposed to be a aiming gizmo thing. Okay. Alright. So the player aimer over here, we're gonna rename this thing to a physics targeter. Is that how you spell targeter? No. Alright, that's not how you spell targeter. There is a single T. Anyway, so now you go back in here. Refactor, rename. Now, there we go. And gizmos over here. That formally serialized as that's fine. I'll fix that later. Right, so now I have a physics targeter. I'm gonna set up a aiming. Why is that not just a distance tracker? And why is this in here? What am I doing? uh, this is gonna make a camera aimer. So get this thing out of here. So yeah, I'm gonna be able to remove moves camera because that's supposed to always be the case. Void. Fixed update. Do I want to do it an update or fixed update? I actually want to do it an update, this one. I can afford to do it an update, which is kind of nice when you do it, because it's rendering stuff. It's drawing on the frame. I need it. So, public virtual camera. And then distance tracker and public transform. Aim target, regular target. let's do it like this. So if you're not aiming, well, if you're aiming, you look at the aim target, and else you look at the regular target. It's already a transform. Yeah, wow. And then inputs is just I keep forgetting what the name of that thing is. Input asset. There we go. So that didn't have anything to do with aiming. It's completely separate. It's completely separate from the main aiming stuff. It doesn't have anything to do with the physics based. It had no place being in here. And that makes it so my script is a lot tidier. Right, so now I can go back in main camera, put the camera aimer on the main camera itself, which is probably where it should be anyway, and then the inputs is step down shooter. That's the virtual camera. Inputs is step down shooter, the virtual camera is myself, and then the aim target is the distance tracker, and the regular target is the player. So now that everything is unlinked, we have an easier time doing this shit. And then the code it runs faster, and the aim works. The aim is back, guys. We have aiming. All right. Get time. Alright, we made a lot of shit. Split player aimer into components. Also added a moving target. Pushing straight to main. I'm solo developing this thing right now. There will be people coming in next week, but for now, this is solo prototyping, so I'll make branches when I need them, which is not now. Combo. Alright. I'm gonna need something more. So I could rename this to targeting gizmos. Can I put targeting gizmos under player? Or does that break it? It's not ideal. It kind of works, but you can see it's kind of wobbling. The end is not properly aligned, and it's bothering me for sure. So, yep, targeting gizmos are getting outsourced. There we go, now it's super smooth. Well, smooth. Don't worry about the anti-aliasing, we don't have that. What if I wanna try and snipe that thing. Let's go increase the max range to like 25. Yeah, snipe it. Alright, the bullet speed is so shit. Let's speed like 25. 20? 25, fuck it. Alright. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to aim it here. Sweet. I'm gonna have to increase the mass of this thing. Yeah, so increase the bullet speed for sure. Like 30 was fine at that point. And then the target, I can make the mass higher. So the rigid body here, just put 15. So it shouldn't change anything with acceleration, but it should help with make it so it doesn't spin that much. Ping, 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 ping. Alright. Where's the player aimer again? Where's the player aimer in targeting gizmo? Physics targeter is at the wrong spot. Yep, okay, that's the wrong spot. Remove component. Oh. Oh, it depends on it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but we don't need to depend on it that way. Okay, let's fix that. So in aiming gizmo, yeah, we can already remove that anyway at the same time because that's when it's gonna be a problem anyway. I'll remove that thing. We don't need physics targeter anymore, but also means that I can't just get component physics physics targeter. I need to get it if it exists. Alright. Let's go back in here. So I'm gonna put the physics targeter. So the rigid body is myself. The target is my true target. Is it my true target or my distance tracker? It doesn't really matter, does it? I guess I'll. I mean the target. I'll put it here. The true target. I don't. The true target is the wrong one for sure. The target is this thing. rotation multiplier. Oh, I lost everything. Oops. Well, technically I could revert if I want it back. Wait, can I? Oh, it's still here. Never mind. Copy component and paste it over here. There it is. We saved it. Alright, so we should have the same behavior now, but the player rotator, the physics targeter, is on the right place. Target, please start moving randomly, I guess. Where is my pet mover? It is. Can I move to the top? Move up. Move up. That's the only thing I care about on this thing. Move up. Move up. Can I move it up? No. I can't put higher, hit higher than a transform. Okay. Random. Thank you. Alright. There we go. Now the max range is actually on the right object, so I can select the player to change its range. Oh shit. Oh, actually, it might make sense to put the gizmos if I can manage to put the targeting gizmos on the player. Oh, that's why. It's not why. Rotation? Why? Why is it not on it? It's pissing me off. It's offset. How? How is that offset? Why is the gizmo offset when it's in the wrong? Am I not taking the world position somewhere? Physics starter position. Why am I getting its rigid body instead of just getting the transform? Oh yeah, because technically the thing I'm rotating could be... Well, is it though? This assumes that the physics targeter can make objects that are not itself target. Low inhabited systems, I appreciate the fall. Yeah, so this involves rigid body being able to, like, essentially this makes it so over here the player, the physics targeter doesn't have to be on the player. It can reference a player or anything really. So I could have another physics targeter that handles this one, which is not really useful honestly, and that's probably like a superfluous point over here. So I should probably just not do that. Physics targeter should be looking at its own rigid body. So I'll require component rigid body. So type of rigid body. So this makes it so Unity editor will automatically add a rigid body if there's none. And that also means that in awake I can do something like rigid body 2D dot, well, rigid body equals get component, and then I get the components with rigid body 2D, and then it's gonna get it, and it's always gonna return something because we required it, which means that rigid body will be set to something. I can make this private. I can hide it if I want. Well, hide it, mangle it a bit, and I'll put it at the bottom. I don't care. Rigid body's down there now. Now I assume that this is my rigid body, so I can just, everywhere that says rigid body.transform, you just do transform. I should have looked at rigid body first. Oh, that's the only 2 instances of me doing it. Okay. Okay. And I'm still accessing it twice, which is inefficient, but still, does it matter? Not really. Now, instead of going for rigid body 2D position, we just do transform. Transform.transform. Oh shit. And transform position is always world space, so that should help. So we set the physics target to get current rotation, so that should help. Oh, is the gizmo? The gizmo is fixed update too. It's fine. Oh, but depending on which fixed update we're doing first, does it matter? It does matter. Concurrency problem. I'm trying to exit play mode. Alright. Alright, so this is the same thing. Oh, it fixed the problem. No, it didn't. I haven't tried. And it's still broken. I don't know what's going on. I'm unaware. But yeah, I think it's a concurrency problem. Where what I mean by that is that I believe the fixed update for aiming gizmo might be getting called after the fixed update for physics targeter, and that would make sense because targeting gizmos become a child of player. Yes, it's the thing that's bothering me at the moment is the lag. So there's no lag if I do it like this, right? So it's more noticeable on the pink. So the pink dot, the pink ball at the end, is just straight on the vector itself. But when I put it underneath, it gets all kind of wobbly, and it's annoying me. Yeah, I believe it's just because it's getting called before. I think we can reproduce the bug by targeting gizmos here. Oh, interestingly enough, no. But yeah, I believe. Yeah, the thing is, they're both using fixed update to do this thing, and this should probably be event based. But you're on the right track, though. I could call it delegate. How do you set up a delegate again? C sharp moment. Okay, so public delegate. Um, mm, do I want a list of delegates? Nah, that's overkill. We're gonna make a rotation changed. How do we set up a delegate? Hold up, I know what I need, I don't know how to do it. The reason it's not working at the moment is not because there's a delay. That's fine. That's actually the entire point. Uh, the the thing that's annoying me is specifically the tip of the pink ball. So right now you see where the pink ball is exactly on the point itself. It might actually not show because of the stream frame rate, because that's 30 FPS and this thing is at how many? Trying to press the stats. There we go. I'm at like 600 FPS. So there might be a frame difference. Actually, can I see it on the stream? So right now there's no problem if I put it on the player. The pink ball is in front. It's kind of hard to see, but it's not aligned. I hate it. The floppy tip. Hey, Homak, how are you doing? We got the floppy thing. Yeah. So let's set up a delegate. I'm gonna show the aiming system to Olmak because I've shown it before. I'm trying to press the stat button, but it's moving the stat button before the click goes through. By the way, this is the problem. We're aiming now. Carbonated coffee. Damn. What the hell? I mean, all coffee is carbonated, but yeah. Okay, we're okay. C sharp delegate moment. Thank you. Public delegate int for calculation. Yes. Okay. Can I make a void delegate? Does that work? Oh, it's a delegate void though. And then update UI. Doesn't matter. Does it? And then I can call update UI afterwards. Wow. Method delegate or event is expected. Yeah, I'm trying to call my own delegate. So there are two different objects, and the reason why I think the line is working and the other one isn't. Give me a second. I'm just gonna do this so it compiles. Is because I'm setting arbitrary points. Well, actually, they should be the same because I'm setting it to the transform location. But this end Wait, how's it set up? Hold up. How's the gizmo set up over here? Yeah, if you have a target over here. Okay, if you have a line renderer, you set the first position being the physics target transform position, and the other one being the true target being in pink. Alright, have a good one, Homag. So, yeah, physics targeter position. So technically this should have been set up properly. But yeah, it's between... I'm just drawing a line between those 2 points. That's pretty much what the line is saying. I set all positions of the line. I can technically make a line that has more than one position, and then with ping pong between them. Maybe this is the thing that's fucking up. True target is a transform. I'm syncing it to the physics targeter dot transform position. So that's fine, plus the rotation of the physics targeter. Yeah, I did the math, this should work. You are right that I could technically just put at the end of the line. The line is not a physical thing. Unfortunately, I wish it was. If it was a physical thing, it would be super simple. It would be essentially what you're saying. But if you look at the scene over here, I don't know if it's easy to see. But the targeting gizmo, it's a line renderer over here, so it's all abstracted out. I don't have access to the points. I mean, I have access to points if I want, but like, it's not a physical object, sadly. It's nothing. The line doesn't exist. It's just drawn on the screen afterwards. It's literally just pixels. Sadly. I'm gonna do a delegate though, which is probably a good idea. Delegate is never used. Yes. Update UI and physics targeter. Yes. Call it. How do I call it? How do I call the delegate? Okay, go back to the tutorial, please. Using delegates, there it is. So you have to call back. You have your delegate middle. You set it, and then you call handler with the parameter. Isn't that what I'm doing though? Meta delegate or event expected. Is it hard to make a physical object that doesn't collide with anything? Nah, it's super easy. I could set, like, I've done it before where I was setting 2 ends of a rectangle, one at one end, one at the other. It's kind of messy, and you have to mess with transform and rotation, and the line renderer does all of that, but like super optimized because it's his job. So I'm like, why would I reinvent the wheel when it exists? Well, it has use cases. But I already have the point I need to get to. The point I need to get to is this thing. Which is a pain in the ass, but... why is update UI not working? Meta, delegate, or event is expected. Yes, I'm calling update UI. Wait. How do I set it up? Do I just need like shitty... I can just pass a vector 3, right? Why is it not working? Meta delegate event is expected. It's a delegate. Am I stupid? This is a big programmer fart, brain fart moment. It's you define it. You said it. You call it. Is it just because there's nothing there? Like, do I need to set it to something? Oops. How do I set a lambda? Wait. New method class, I don't care. Instigate, delegate, callback. Yeah, this is all cool and all, but if you're not letting me use it, it's kind of sad. Is it just because it's void? Does it need to return something for some reason? Like, do I need to do something like var result? Huh? Meta delegate? What the fuck? This is like a scope problem. Yeah, probably. This sounds like a... Why does... Okay, when I do update UI... Oh, there's a Unity engine loop update UI. Alright. Maybe we rename it. But, rotation after rotation. I don't care. Just make it like this. And then we call after rotation. Just make it work. Why does it want me to pass stuff into it? I've done this in the past. Why is let me look at how I did it last. Oh, it's not on this computer. Oh, that's sad. Let's look at the old code. Bad idea. Look at this old code here.
Hey there, my name is...
Oh my god. That's what happens when you have a tab open. Holy shit. What does red squiggly line means? Syntax error. It's saying does not compile. Meta delegator event is expected. There's an error. Assets. I had one with was it player? Ability? No. Where was it? Scene. Stat? Was passives. There's a passive somewhere. Passive. And then passive point prefab pnode. Where's the delegate? Where is node action called? Oh, okay. gonna have to call it from outside? Nah, surely not. Where is node action called and how is it called? Yeah, okay. Explodes. Wait, I'm dumb. I'm so fucking dumb. Okay, guys. A delegate. A delegate is a type. I need to make a new delegate. Oh my fucking god. And that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so after rotation, so it's a physics targeter update. I don't care. All right. So it's a physics. Is physics targeter misspelled? I thought I. What the hell? Yeah. All right. I'm not completely dumb. I did look it up. Okay. I did look it up, but all right. Physics targeter update, and then I called it like a yeah, physics targeter update. Let's call it after fixed update. How do I do that? I had the there it is. Ah, it's exploding. There it is. Disgusting syntax, but it's fine. Okay. Yeah, so now I can call after fixed update like this. Oof, we got it. Awake. Well, we're gonna require a physics targeter because physics targeter type of because I need it. But physics targeter equals get component physics targeter. There it is. And then we can do something like physics targeter dot after fixed update. What's the name? Oh, it's private. After fixed update, and you add whatever the fuck you want on it, which is probably just update gizmos. So now it's called callback based. Alright, so you register update gizmos to after fixed update. Yeah, and then update gizmos called when everything's moved. So it should fix the concurrency problem if that's what it is. Also means that my aiming gizmo needs to be moved to player. I didn't even know that was a thing I could do, but apparently that works. Okay, so my aiming gizmos should be set up properly, and physics targeter is myself. Okay, so that still works, but now if I put the targeting gizmos under player, it still fucks up. So that was not a concurrency problem. You're taking a dot in the line location of calculated in separate threads. There's Unity is single threaded by default, so it's not a thread thing, but I believe one is getting updated by fixed update and the other one's getting updated by update. So like it would make sense that the line renderer is accurate because it's getting updated every frame, while the little point is getting updated every fixed update, and those two are not synced in this case. I think that's what's going on, I believe, but I can't really tell. It's more an annoyance than anything at this point. Like it doesn't. I can put the targeting gizmos outside. Fixed update tries to. I mean, I think it's just that fixed update. You can't guarantee which fixed update happens first, right? So you could probably assume a certain order that is like given on a hierarchy, but I don't want it to assume a specific order during hierarchy because I want this point to be based on the rotation like itself. Yeah, I have no idea how it's set up in the background, but don't know why. I mean, actually, so that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm looking at the positions right now. Targeting gizmo. That is offset, and I don't like it. Yeah, pretty much. The line is just drawn directly on screen. The dot is a physics object. Well, physics object. I'm setting its position directly, but. So, and by the way, this I'm pretty sure this is gonna be debug stuff. So I'm kind of doing a lot of work on debugging, but it's important because I don't know if it's actually shooting towards like which one is the true one. I think the true one is the line. The line is more up to date. Yeah. Like I wish that I wish the targeting gizmos would be under the player for sure. What I wonder is how the line is working, but the other one isn't. Also, I do like the fact that we fixed the fixed update. Yay! We removed this thing. Not looping every frame. Yay! Well, every fixed update, it's not the same thing. Okay, let's look back at the aiming gizmo over here, this thing. Because maybe this calculation is wrong somehow, and you can only see it if there's the specific problem we're doing with axes. Just make sure that everything is in world space, right? So this is world space position. This is world space position. This is the current rotation of the physics target. That might be it. The current rotation might be out of sync. Hold up. Current rotation is set when? It's set during a fixed update, and we're calling it during the fixed update now. Do we call the transform rotation again? No, I don't think so. So this is like the rotation for everything. So it should have the same rotation for the through target and the line. What am I passing to the line? Oh, I'm passing the through target position. Wait. Huh? Do I saying that the third player seems synced to the line, but the purple is not? What is different about it? The purple ball is not. I mean, that's it should be synced, right? Oh shit. It does get the angle from the player, and actually gets the angle from the gun. This thing, so you could, if you wait, no, actually it's getting for the player. This one, so if you rotate it, it's gonna get it. I honestly don't know what's going on because if you put it underneath, I'm setting the position of the line to be the position of the ball. Like that's the last line, right? The through target position over here for the set positions. Unless I'm doing, that's world space. That's world space. If you make that line gets the angle backwards from the purple, I mean, that's the problem though. I'm getting the line backwards from the purple ball. Purple ball is through target. I'm so confused. Oh no. I'm literally just making a line between the transform of the player and the transform of the ball, and then yeah, the purple ball is drunk. The only thing I can see is probably like this thing being offset and making a mess, but then it doesn't fix it when you. I'm so confused. Why? Like it's the same. Everything's being changed in the same spot. Unless there's a. Is there a second gizmo? Can I locate gizmos? So there's no gizmo here. The gizmo's over here. There's no gizmo here. Like maybe it's getting called from multiple places. Is the turret also lagging? Oh, it is. Huh. Wait, so maybe the... Wait, is the line renderer offset? Wait, you might be right. I think the line renderer is the one that's offset. Hold up. Is there anything I can use on this? Let's look at the line renderer itself. Is there any setting I've missed? Yeah, but line renderer is supposed to be... well, am I using the wrong line renderer? Is line renderer a UI thing? Wait, I thought line renderer was a physical thing. Package. It's a core module, it's not the UI module. But yeah, being OS time makes sense. Give me a sec, I got a cough. Alright. Let's see if there's options for targeting the line itself. Well, actually, I know the problem. I can put the gizmos under here. But I can't put this one under here. Or not. Alright, I thought I understood what was going on, but never mind. I sounded so confident too, holy shit. Nope. A car module, I believe. Well, I can look it up. Huh? My god, I got flashbanged. Okay. Takes an array of 2D points in 3D space and draws a straight line between each one. Yeah, it is a 3D line, in fact. I just used it 2D. Might just be a setting I'm missing. Generate lighting data. You can light it if you want. It's the same thing as like a mesh renderer or something. It's just you can give it a special thickness, right? So technically I could be over here. I set it so it has like a specific thickness, but it's actually just a polygon. So let's add a key. And wow. Oh yeah, if you ever want to do some line of sight stuff, that can work. If you want to make a mask, you can take the mesh from the line renderer and make a mask out of it, probably. That could work. Just quick tip. But yeah, that's not the use case right now. But yeah, it's a mesh. If I go in 3D, actually. Why is my camera so weird? It's aligned with a certain thickness, I believe. Or maybe it's just rendering towards me. I don't know. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I think the line renderer is pretty cool. except for the fact that it's not working. Tolerance, scene tool, end cap. Oh, end cap vertices. Texture mode. Oh, you can put a texture on it. Nice. Yeah, this would actually be perfect for the disgusting thing I did last time. If you look over here, passive link. Oh, not this one. Where's the P link? Maybe P link has the UI? Oh yeah, P link has the image. Direct transform. Oh no. Yes, incredible. Euler angles, get the arctangent of it, rotate it the correct way, stretch it the correct way, get the size, set the size so it's correct because it's actually supposed to be a square, but you make it a rectangle, and then, and then you're crying. Yeah, just use a line renderer and stretch the texture. Oh, yeah. But apparently don't do it when it's moving. That's camera motion only. Oh, what does that mean? It's not what I need. Additional settings. I have no idea. Order and layer, rendering mask. Yeah, it doesn't actually matter. Well, okay. Honestly, not that big a loss to have the gizmos over here. It's just, I'm sad. Alright, let's go back to this thing. I wanted to make a little pointing system if I hit the middle. Right. Why is this thing rotated like ass? Alright. Actually, just put zero rotation. I'm gonna put colliders on it. It currently has a collider. Thinking. I'm gonna make a. I'm gonna make a hurt box, I guess. Do I want the hurt box to be different? I don't think so. I think the hurt box should be the same. What I need is just to know where they got hit. So I can probably just make another trigger zone over here, and when you do get a collision, you just check which zone you're in. So you check like all the colliders at the same time. It should work. Don't know if it's efficient though. So you have like this thing. Is it what I want? This is only one way to find out. Just try it out. Alright, so what was this? Oh, to right want the gizmos? I can always remove them afterwards, that's fine. Yep. Buying gizmos. To physics. Targeter. Straight to main. No chill. We're gonna make a branch, guys. Because I don't know if it's actually a feature I want to finish. this actually has a turn-in date. Maybe don't start doing dumb stuff that won't be used later. And push it straight to main for no reason. So I'll keep it in a branch. It's probably going to be actually I'm going to need hurt box collision stuff and being able to know where you get hit in the main game anyway, but I'm still going to make a bridge. Hurt box. It is for schoolwork. It is a video game programming class. So it's not design, it's just programming. So essentially they give us free reign of whatever you want to do, as long as it respects some of the stuff we need. I can actually show it. It's in French though. But where is it? Downloads. This thing. That's... Oh. Spoiler. Yeah, okay, fuck it. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, so that's the document of what I actually need to know. No, that's fine. I like getting sidetracked. But this is one of the turn-ins, so it needs an application flow. Wow. 2 agents controlled by distinct players, so it has multiplayer. A graphics interface. Wow. A autonomous agent, which is, you know, the player. Supports multiplayer. Need an artificial intelligence that plays in the level. And custom key bindings. Wow. This is all stuff that can be done pretty easily with, you know, basic stuff. I mean, the multiplayer might suck, but we'll check it out. And then this is just documentation. So that's the first turn-in for, when is that? 26th of November. I have plenty of time for this. And then this one is animations, animation of the interface, particle effects, music, sound effects, procedural generation of environment, which Unity might suck at, but it's fine. Customization of avatars and reactive background music, which is kind of cool. You could not do that in 6 months? Can you not? Oh, you can. Yeah, no, it's gonna be like the most ugly code you've ever seen, but it's it's a game jam territory. Like, we're not doing scalable code. I've done 3-hour game jams before, and the only thing I got done was the music. Well, my job was making the music and sound effects and making it interactable, but still. That's a design document too. But yeah, there's not a lot of stuff to do, but still. That's the criterias and the scoring. Yeah, let's make a hurt box. All right, where is? that's another class, by the way. Oh, I should not stream this. This is actually code that people need not to know. Oh no, I'm leaking the code. Yeah, academic integrity and shit. They don't want you to just share the code around because everybody has the same project. But since this is, our own stuff, it doesn't really matter. Because, well, if they just copy the code, I'm literally coding live. I have a pretty good defense that I did the code. Um, but yeah, go back here. Delegates moment. Go back to Unity. Oh, I'm leaking. I'm leaking, guys. I'm leaking. Where is my Unity editor? There it is. Okay. So what we want now is just a herd box, I guess. You got a pop-up asking for admin permissions while streaming. Oh yeah, I got the message earlier. I was like, "Do you want to grow your streaming audience?" I was like, obviously a bot, but what was his name? It was Honest Poster X. Was his name? Incredible. Very honest poster wants to do botting. Oh, Windows permission escalation. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's yeah, I don't think my IP is getting leaked anytime soon, but I'll try not to do that. I also have a Discord notification, apparently. Okay, there we go. Discord notification is gone. You can't stop stressing about it. Right. Hurtbox. Alright, the question is, do I want to make the damage physics based here? As in, right now I get projectiles that, by the way, I do not delete, which is bad optimization. But I get projectiles, and if they hit the wall, they get slower, right? Well, let me aim. And they all have a mass. Alright, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun talking, and you helped me debugging too. That's more than most of my viewers can say. So that's super cool. Have a good one. I probably won't stay for long because you can see at the bottom it's like 2 in the morning. Um, have a good one. Oh, bye. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do physics-based damage too, because there's the mass, there's the mass of the bullet, right? The bullet over here. It has a mass and has a speed, and can probably just calculate the damage from that. Do like a certain strength is like you do a damage drop off, right? So okay, I have an idea. That's my notes. Don't worry about that. You want to see cool ASCII art during classes? I have I have ADHD and like a literal diagnosed ADHD. So sometimes in class to stay focused, I just start writing the diagrams in ASCII because it keeps me occupied on what I'm actually supposed to be doing, which is taking notes. So instead of like just writing the thing in the middle, like making a box and writing the thing in the middle. I do ASCII art instead. Anyway, so you can have something like you have the projectile speed, you have the projectile mass, and well, you can do speed.mass to have something like a strength, or technically would be a force, right? Well, actually, the deceleration thing. There's such a thing as impulsions. Wait a minute. I think collisions have impulsion stuff. Let me check. Is it the bullet bouncer? There it is. So you have the collision with other, and you can check for other impulsion. So those are contact points. I've produced memory garbage. Use get contact or get contacts. Okay. Get contacts. And then essentially, once we have this contacts, oh, actually, contact 2D, contact point 2D contacts. Just get the first 5. Is that right? Am I stupid? Oh, yeah. I am stupid. There it is. And then you pass the contacts into it. But once you have contacts, you can do something like, I don't know, contacts at 0 dot, is it impulsion now? Yes, gets the impulse applied at the contact point. And that's a float. Yep. Okay. Let me debug that, log that thing. I'm curious what it looks like. I hate pressing the play button with this setup. $29. Is that a lot? I don't know. 30. 30. 8. Interesting. Oh, I want normal impulse, right? So that's a grazing hit. It doesn't do much impulse. That's more. That's a lot. Interesting. So you can scale the damage on impulse, right? So you can say something like less than 2 impulse does damage, more than 2 impulse does damage, and then scale the damage with the damage multiplier. You normalize it. You clamp it between. Well, do you clamp it actually? I don't think you need to clamp it because the faster firing bullets will actually do more damage because they have higher mass. No, don't mind what I just said. The faster bullets will do more damage because they go faster, but like the heavier bullets will also do more damage because they they are they are heavier. Just don't worry about what I just said. Yeah. So you see like the multiple bounces afterwards don't do like they don't do enough impulse to do damage because the bullets are tiny. So you could, yeah, and I'm not taking damage because when I walk into something, I'm not walking into it fast enough. Well, actually, I'm walking fast enough into the metal plate because the metal plate is heavy. Okay, hi. I just. That's an interesting place to put fucking email notifications. But yeah, docs in a moment. My. Yeah, I'm actually damaging myself by walking into that. Does the player have a... No, but I could do 8 damage. Damage handler? It's actually super easy. Hold up. Okay, how much damage do I take if I just stand in the way? Oh. It's heavy enough that the first hit does something. Well, sometimes not. Interesting. Why am I not interacting with this thing anymore? Am I not colliding? But yeah, impulse is probably the way to go. As I said, it's getting quite late. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm gonna have to call it for tonight if I don't want to hate myself in the morning tomorrow. But yeah, I think we got some interesting progress going, which is decoupling the aiming systems, the targeter from the other stuff, which means we can also make like stuff like, oh, I'm just aiming at something. We also got just some pet moving stuff, which is really basic, but still kind of nice to have. Yeah. It's working. Progress. Alright, have a good night. I'll be heading out. Take care. I'll see you around. Hopefully not that much of a hiatus between the streams, but if I have like more stuff to showcase, I'll probably stream it again because it's fun. Yeah. Have a good one.